G'day guys, Morezy here. Welcome to Morezy Plays Minecraft, episode 67, and we're doing some more flying, guys. This is so great. I can't get enough of this boat launcher, seriously. It is amazing. You can see I'm actually quite high. The boat launcher pretty consistently gets up to about 300 blocks in the Y direction, and sometimes I can even get it over 400 blocks. So it's some serious lift you get off this thing, but it's really nice to cruise around and just have a look at the world from up here. And there's a few things I want to show you. I've got a few little aesthetic adjustments to the building over here, and hopefully you can see them right away. Oh, awesome landing. So that's the first one. We've got a landing strip. Just something a little bit of fun, just a way that I can land over here without sort of worrying about it, and I'm getting really good at the landings too, I think. Also, you can see up here we've turned this into a little bit of a control tower, and that really suits this build really well too. I had no intention of doing that when I originally designed this building, but let's see how high we get with this one. Yeah, look at that, well over 400 blocks high. So there's the top of the hammer, so it's really high. Yeah, I had no intention of turning it into a control tower, but now with that boat launcher on top, it just suits it so well. It just looks great. Well, I think it looks great. You have to tell me what you guys reckon. Let's see if we can land this thing. There we go. Really easy to land these if you just turn 180 degrees in the other direction. You lose all your momentum, and you're able to sort of just descend straight down, so it's really handy. But yeah, that's the building. Let's take a look at it with the field of view. Really cool glass top on it. I tried not to have anything obscuring the glass, which is good. The middle there, I might need to replace that little slab there at some point because that looks a bit odd. But yeah, it's really coming together. You can also see I've done a little bit of work out the front. Put in some hedges, a little bit of lamps, and I actually changed the feet on the bottom of the building as well, just to give it a different look. So this episode today, guys, I think we're going to work a little bit on that building, and also I've got some plans. Now, when I started on 1.9, oh, that's the elytra sound. That only lasts for so long. I think that's maybe a little bug or something. There we go, nice landing. Now when I started the 1.9 update here, my villager trading system broke because all my villagers managed to get out of their carts. And another thing that's broken is this little guy. Whoa. This thing, how do I get out of here? This thing is well broken. I think I've just trapped myself in here. It's well broken. It does still operate in some sense. This water stream here ruined a whole bunch of things. Yeah, so all those carts are out of position, and only some of those work. This here I think still works, and the other thing is the sorting systems are completely full. So I haven't even considered trying to fix this because, see, that one's broken even, it's got potatoes in there. This one is completely full, all the way up to the sorter, full of melons, so I need to empty all this. But I haven't even considered fixing it yet because I'm going to be moving all this in the future anyway. When I built this, it was only going to be temporary anyway, so I kind of don't really want to fix it. But the other thing, of course, is our little villager trading system, and if we go down and take a look at that, we're going to need to rip this out pretty much. Some of the guys stayed put, but there are some other guys that are, like this guy's still here from the beginning. There's a couple other guys have gotten loose here. There's a couple other ones, there's one in there. And yeah, in general the whole thing's just been sort of destroyed, so to speak. So I've got to get rid of all these guys, tear all this out, but I've got a really cool plan for what's going to go here instead, and to show you that, I've got to do a little bit of work here. Well, there we go, guys. That was a little bit tough, but we got all the villagers put away safely over here, and hopefully no mobs spawn in here and kill them. So these ones we'll be keeping, and I tore out all of the guts of the villager management system, so that is completely retired now, and we're going to be designing a new one shortly, not on this episode, but probably coming soon. We'll design a brand new villager trading system. Got to recycle quite a few goodies here, which is good. Lots of redstoney bits. I'm going to leave this part over here intact because I plan on breeding the new 1.9 villagers and shipping them out to a separate location. Because some of these guys, or all of these guys, are still 1.8 villagers. So just in case anyone finds any special characteristics, I might leave them the way they are. If not, then I'll mix them and it doesn't matter. But now you can see I've got a little bit of a walkway here, and there is a tunnel that goes all the way through to the main base. And my idea here is I want to make a transportation tunnel. So we're going to be retiring the little path on the top there that I always run along, the netherrack path. We're going to be retiring that and building a tunnel all the way down here. So this tunnel is going to operate and do a few different things. The first thing is it's obviously going to be able to allow us to get from place to place, and the tunnel system that I'm going to make will be a universal system that's going to go everywhere in the world, hopefully. The other thing it's going to do, it's going to be able to transport items. If we need to transport items from a farm, we'll run it through the tunnel. If we need to transport redstone signals, they'll go through the tunnel, and we'll make it high enough to ride horses through, and even we'll be able to fly through some of the sections as well. So it should be a really cool tunnel design, and it'll probably evolve a little bit as we go. I've already got a bit of a design in mind, and I'll probably build a section of it here shortly to show you. But the first thing I want to do is head over to the iron farm, because there's some things going on over there that we need to take a look at. Okay, so we're up here in the control tower, and I've decided I need to change the direction, so we're going to launch out this way towards the iron farm. So I go over here and activate this piston, which pushes the boats over here. We should be able to just jump up and fly. Wow, we actually got the sound effect this time. Awesome. Here is the iron farm. Let's do a little bit of a maneuver here. See if we can make it. Oh, nearly. Alright, so let's go down and investigate what's going on here. I'll head down through this little shaft down here. Okay, there we go. Let me get out of F5 mode. So, in 1.9, another thing broke, and I didn't even notice till just before, but the iron farm is no longer functioning. Ah, and when I say that, it's working. What? Why is that now working? I don't get that. Okay, well, maybe I take that back. Look, it's not going to work all the time because there is some issue now with the little system down here where apparently it needs to go in quicker in order to keep it running. So let's see, let's change how many items go in here. I think it needs to be about 10 seconds or something now, I believe. Tango made a video on it, so I should probably watch that video and make sure that... Oh, all these poppies gone? Maybe that was why it wasn't working. Well, I'm going to put some of this in there. And we'll see. I'm going to have to hook up the iron. Basically, sorry, I'm just thinking out aloud here. I'm going to have to hook up the iron to come down here because apparently the new timings Poppies aren't enough. It doesn't generate enough poppies to do what it needs to do. So, with that said, we'll see if any more iron golems spawn. If they do, that's good, but if they don't, then we've still got issues. So, okay, so I put these trapdoors here a little while ago, so it looks like it is still producing, but obviously only sometimes, because normally that would be completely full by now. So if we go around the back here and we have a look at where the iron gets sorted out, there should be a way that we can put some of the iron down into the system and the rest of it can continue, hopefully. Okay, there's another iron golem. Okay, so all's not lost. That is good. Alright, I'm going to play around a little bit here and see what I come up with. Okay guys, so here's what's going to happen. This system down here is what shoots the poppies into the portal. And the idea of shooting the poppies into the portal is to allow the villagers to do their thing and recognize all the individual villages up there and stop them merging into one. Now the reason why we had some iron golems spawn before is because there is villages up there, but unfortunately instead of 16 villages like I had, I've only got one village. So that's why there was an iron golem there, and every so often another one will spawn, but we're talking a huge reduction in the amount of iron that's being produced. Now you can see I've already sped up the hopper clock down here as per Tango Tech's suggestion in his 1.9 update video on the Iron Titan, and basically we're spitting a poppy or something out every time this shifts. So as you can see, it's a whole lot faster than it was last time. Approximately 6 times faster. So what we need to do is we need to provide more items for it to spit out. As you can see, it's completely empty, so there's no items ever getting here. Now, how we're going to do that is we're going to use the iron. Now, I had to think about this for a little while, but what we need to do is we need to detect when we run low on items, and then once we run low, we need to introduce some iron. So up here we've got a little filter right here which filters out all the poppies. All the iron continues through here and down into the chests. Now one place where the iron will always collect is this hopper right here. So as soon as this chest is full, which it already is, this guy here will start filling up. Now what we can do is we can make a little system that will check how many items we have in the bottom and turn this little hopper on and off to start filling up with more iron so that it can use it to keep the process going. So what I'm going to do is do a little bit of redstone off camera here, and I'll come back and show you exactly what happens. Alright, so I've finished the redstone section of this fix for my iron farm, and I'll show you exactly what we've done. So this was that hopper I was referring to last time, and I built another row of hoppers underneath that go into this main drop chute here. So this is where all the poppies would normally go. The poppies get sorted out up here somewhere. There. So all the poppies would normally go down here, follow down here, and go down into the system. But in order to get our iron down there, we had to come off this hopper here, come around the corner and go into this main system here. Now you can see there is a redstone torch right here which is powering this hopper, and it's stopping it from pulling iron out of this one. And if we go down here, there's a piece of redstone missing here because I don't want it running just yet. But if we go down here, we've got a little torch tower, and the torch tower goes all the way down here to here. So you might remember before we had a comparator system, and the idea there was that this thing created so many poppies you would often get them backing up the system. Now it's kind of the reverse. So initially we had a little system here that would tell when this hopper here had heaps of stuff in it, and it would shoot out extra poppies to get rid of it. Now what we're doing instead is when this hopper here has stuff in it, namely poppies or even iron, we know that we don't need any extra, because if it's some in here, that means this one must be full, which it is at the moment. So as soon as this one here runs out of items to put into the dropper, this is going to turn off, and that will change the state of all the torches up here, which will unpower that torch at the very top and allow iron to start flowing through. So there should be more than enough iron to compensate for this. But yeah, that'll turn that off and it'll go through. It will take a little bit of time to go down all the way through and start filling up this again in case it's empty, but it should be pretty quick. I might even give it a little test right now and see how quickly it turns off, because then we don't want to waste too much iron, of course. Let's see, let's get up here. We'll put the redstone up to it here, and we'll simulate running low on items in the portal spitter thing. So if we take these items out of here, you can see the comparator changed. These have all changed, and we should see some iron. Yep, there is some iron. Now, how much iron did it actually... Oh, you know what? It's filling up this in here. So... Okay, we'll have to wait for this to fill up completely. There we go. So there was a few bits of iron there. Now let's try it again. See how long it takes to start filling up with iron. And how much iron it actually uses. There we go. So 12 iron. So that's pretty good. So every so often it's going to take 12 iron out of those hoppers up top. And I don't think it'll be a big issue. I think we'll create more than 12 iron in that time. It only takes two or three golems to die to make that much iron, so it'll probably be okay. This one here is full up again because all the ones above it are full. So yeah, that should be fine, I think. We might have to put... Yeah, we might have to put some extra iron in some of these just to make sure they're completely full. But we'll use that as a test, I think. Now, the other thing I have to do now... Here comes an iron golem. The other thing we have to do now is actually remake the whole door system again. You might remember that I've done that quite a few times by now. But basically we need to take out some of the water on the second level, place down the slabs again, and rebuild all the doors, which is going to take a while. I'm not going to do that in this episode. I'll probably do that off camera at some time, because we've actually got to... I think we've actually got to drop the floor here. We've got to drop the floor and do the doors again. It's going to be a little bit annoying, but it has to be done. So I'll do that next time I'm got nothing else to do. But until then, let's go look at something else. Okay, we're back at the... This is actually the fish farm. This is where I used to have the beacon a while ago, and you can see this is right in the middle here. This is where I normally come to sleep and things. And we've got my fish farm with all my chests of storage here. And if you're interested, these guys here are mostly full of various drops that I've got so far. We've got lots of books, bows over here, fishing rods, and random stuff over here. Oh, and those are pretty good too. And behind this wall here is one of the wings of the tunnel we built, and behind this wall is another wing, and I'm going to blow them up. I've used a whole bunch of TNT. I've pretty much placed the TNT just like that all the way down, so it's going to be a big boom, and hopefully it's not too messy, but why not? We'll give it a try. So all I have to do here is hit this button and hit the button over there, and we'll get some explosions happening. Alright, let's go. Hopefully it doesn't destroy anything. Well, sounds pretty good. Sounds finished. Let's take a look, see what happened. Oh, wow. Awesome. That is really good. And there's lots of mobs in there. Okay, they can't get up. That's good. Let's take a look at this side. Ah, the water stopped it. Okay, guys. Well, I've cleaned out all that tunnel underneath. And I've built my tunnel design under there, so I thought we would go and have a look. So let's go down. See, oops, wrong one. Down, there we go. Here we go. So tell me what you guys reckon about this. Pretty cool, right? Quite futuristic and cool looking. This is the fishing shack up above here, so I'll have to move that. Really cool design. It's sort of like an oval sort of design. This is an idea I'm playing with, putting the trapdoors on the walls like this over the top of the snow. Looks really cool, I think. So I'll probably do that all the way along, I reckon. And I might show you how to do these because it's actually really tricky to get the metal trapdoors. Now, I actually don't have them powered on the other side. They're just sitting there just like that, but you can see if I break one and I try and place it again, they stick out. So I'm going to show you quickly how you can make them stay on the wall like this. So what we need to do is put them next to the block we want to put them on, and we'll power them with a few torches. Come over here and place down pistons like so, and then I'm just going to put a block here, piece of redstone on top, and then we'll put a lever here, and all we have to do is power it, and there we go. And they're facing up that way, and they'll stay there until they get a redstone update, and then they'll flick open or shut like that. And if you want to fix them, you have to take them all off because they'll update each other. So this tunnel design should be pretty good. If we check the lighting, no mobs can spawn in here, which is really good. These I was just sort of messing around with. I probably won't put them in there actually. No mobs can spawn in here. It's 5 wide across the bottom, so really nice space to ride a horse with. Now one little detail that I want to work on, and I'm going to need to find some packed ice for this, and that is something I'm going to do in a little bit. So one thing I want to do here is go down, and I want to run packed ice along here with a rail on top, and that will allow me to use a minecart, or I can use a boat on the ice, and hopefully the boat on the ice thing lasts for a while. That, you know, how you go really fast, like we've got over to the iron farm there. So hopefully that lasts really long, and we can take advantage of that for at least a while to come. But yeah, we're going to need to find some packed ice. So we can run a minecart along here, and then we'll also be able to run a boat along. And other options are we can have redstone wire running under here and under here, so we can transmit signals along through the tunnel. So it's going to be quite a utility tunnel, I guess you'd call it. And up on top we're going to have room to run redstone signals as well. And we might even just do a couple extra rail tracks for, you know, storage mine carts or something, so we can transfer storage, similar to what Etho did on his Let's Play. Yeah, so that's what I've got to do there, and it's just a bit of a concept at the moment. I haven't really got everything planned out, but I think what we'll do is we'll have these sort of tunnels connecting all the major parts of my base, and then we'll have little switches where we can, or little buttons that we can actually hit our location and where we want to go, and it should send us there in a smart manner. So that should be the idea. The boat idea would be so you could get from point A to point B really quickly. You would only be able to go from one node to another. So for example, we'd probably build some sort of a station right here. The station would have buttons saying where we want to go, and it would also connect over that way, because I think I want to put a line out to the horse farm, which is in that direction. So that'll be a big job, but that could be a way to go. And then, yeah, we'd have stations, and the stations would connect, and we'd have 4-way junctions or 3-way junctions and that sort of thing. And we could make it really smart so it knows which way we want to travel and automatically shifts our tracks so that we get there. But now what I want to do is I want to go and try and find some spiked ice biomes, because I haven't found any of those in this world yet, and I had a feeling, based on the fact that I've walked around a good couple of thousand blocks all around this place and I haven't found any, that I would have to find them using the amidst program. So I've done that, and I've got some coordinates for a spiked ice biome, but just to be interesting, we are going to try and fly there. Alright, well we made it, but we fell a little bit short there and I had to climb up onto a mountain to get over here, but this is the spiked ice biome, first one in my whole world, and we're going to be harvesting quite a lot of this packed ice for redstoney things and maybe some decorations. This should keep us going for quite some time, I think. There's quite a bit here. It's only relatively small though, really, but we should be fine. This should be all we need. So, I'm going to try and leave some of these big ones here just because they look really cool. Like that one over there. And I might start harvesting some of the lower down sections. But that's about all we have time for this episode, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the tunnel, and if you've got any suggestions, let me know. And next time we'll come back and we'll do a little bit of the workings of the tunnel and try and get a smart minecart system going and some other things. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.